Welcome to the first week of Module 1. I have already mentioned some of the challenges that are present worldwide regarding the way we manage sanitation and waste. And I believe that you are familiar with the environmental problems that this causes as well as the social and economic problems. To be able to solve these problems, we have to look at the underlying causes. So what are the underlying causes? I see three main causes for this. First, we are wearing blinkers. Second, we are short-sighted. And thirdly, we believe in magic holes. I will now explain you these three causes. First, we wear blinkers and usually only really look at problems from our own perspective, without considering or talking to others. So organizations that are responsible for managing water supplies don't necessarily work with the ones that are responsible for agriculture. And the ones that are responsible for energy don't work with the ones that are responsible for solid waste, and so on. The consequence is that a toilet will be built without thinking about what happens with the wastewater. Food will be provided without thinking about recycling the organic waste. Second, we are short-sighted because we invest in treatment plants and other fancy technology systems for providing water and sanitation, but we don't factor in the costs of energy, staff, and spare parts that these will require in the future for operating and maintaining them, and neither who will pay for it. The water tariffs won't because they are too low in most countries. We don't equip our staff with the skills they need to manage, operate, and maintain these systems. And we do not build systems that allow us to recycle nutrients and water, resources that will become or that are already scarce. So this is the consequence of our short-sightedness, and this, and this. And third, we believe in magic holes, because we dump all our waste into these magic holes. Many people still act as if we lived on a flat world, where we grow or buy our food, we cook and eat it, we take a crap, and then we just dump it into the magic hole. In the case of flush toilets, one person flushes a mix of fecal matter, urine, and fresh water down the magic hole. Per year, this amounts to about 50 kg of fecal matter, 500 liters of urine, and 20,000 liters of fresh water. Once it is flushed down the magic hole, it ends up in a pipe. Yes, the magic hole actually doesn't end here, and is further mixed with grey water from washing, stormwater from the rain, and with industrial wastewater from factories. What happens at the end of the pipe, no one seems to care about. But let me tell you, 80% of these pipes end up in rivers, lakes, the ocean, or in non-functional treatment plants, the ones you saw before. Not only are we causing immense environmental, social, and economic problems by doing this, we are also mixing what shouldn't be mixed, meaning 20,000 liters of fresh water with fecal matter, and flushing these valuable resources down the magic hole, which, as you have seen by now, is not that magical after all. Resources that are increasingly scarce or expensive to get access to. Only 3% of global water is fresh water, the rest is salt water. 2.5% is locked up in glaciers and permanent snow cover, and only 0.5% is easily accessible for use. Its availability differs hugely in different parts of the world and varies widely in seasonal and annual rainfall in most places. The three most commonly used nutrients in chemical fertilizer are nitrogen, phosphorus, and potassium. Phosphorus is a non-renewable resource, and there are only 5 countries in the world with phosphorus reserves, and these are diminishing dramatically. Although nitrogen is widely available in the air we breathe, extracting it is very expensive and energy intensive. You are not only flushing resources down the magic hole, but also potential energy. Waste, be it wastewater, fecal sludge, or organic waste, carries high potential for producing heat or electricity, so energy that could potentially replace fossil fuels and other greenhouse gas emitting energy sources. So to summarize, we believe that we live on a flat world with a magic hole. But after all, the world is round. This was discovered more than 2000 years ago, and it works in cycles. Water travels the earth in a cycle. Water condensates or evaporates thanks to the sun. It precipitates as rain or snow, and percolates or transpires back into the cycle. So do nutrients. They are absorbed by plants to grow. These are eaten by humans and animals or fall to the ground. The excreta and fallen plants transform into soil, and the contained nutrients are broken down by bacteria and given back to the cycle. We should follow this example and make sure that the nutrients and water we consume are brought back into the cycle and not flushed down a magic hole and creating problems at the end of the pipe. R businesses are an opportunity to do just that. Not only do these businesses allow us to close the cycle, they also force us to take off our blinkers and allow us to create implementation models that generate the necessary income to sustainably operate and maintain water, sanitation, and waste technology on the long run. In the following modules, we will show you how to do just that. But before you can go ahead and start building your business, you should pinpoint the exact sanitation and waste management challenges in your area. For this, you are going to draw a locality map. The aim of a locality map is for you to understand your local sanitation and waste management system by visualizing it. Identify its challenges and their connections. Next week, you will be able to use this to identify business opportunities to tackle these challenges. The first step in making a locality map is drawing a map of your area by using streets, rivers, fields, buildings, or other landmarks. I suggest that you do a locality map of a typical town and its surroundings. Even if your target area, so the area where you want to sell your product, is bigger. The challenges probably resemble each other. Then you draw the sanitation and waste management challenges where they arise. You might also want to highlight any hotspot, so areas where the challenges are concentrated. Also indicate who is responsible for these challenges. So who is responsible for the waste in the streets, and who is responsible for the fecal sludge being dumped into the river. As a last step, think about if and how these challenges are connected with each other. So to get started, just take a big piece of paper, color pens, and get creative. I will see you in week 2.